Greetings and welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about a flamethrower build. I don't know if you've ever played with the flamethrower, but this is an extremely fun skill to use. I saw a couple people out there in PvP using the flamethrower, and I thought to myself, maybe I should try it. Maybe I should try it. So I did, and I gotta say, it's one of the funnest builds I've ever played. It's super easy to play, so if you're a new player and you're looking for a build that's kind of easy to play, this is definitely one of them. A little disclaimer up front, this is not a great 1vx or even 1v1 build. You can fight 1v1 and you could be fine if you learn how to do it right, but this is not like a great stand on your own kind of build. It's a great group build though, because you can put out a lot of pressure and you can really help your team push people back and help them kill people. So keep that in mind when you're playing this build. I had a lot of fun. I'm a solo player. I don't really do team stuff, but I do play a lot of OPR. I always do my own kind of stuff there, but I gotta say, really fun in OPR. Lots of damage. You get a lot of kills. One thing I've noticed is it's really easy to finish people off with the flamethrower. This is something that I've been struggling with a lot. Um, like when I played a rapier, for some reason, it's really hard when you knock someone down. You can't hit them with the rapier for some reason. So having the flamethrower, you just like spray them and they just die, and it's amazing. So let's get into it. So we're using ice gauntlet and fire staff, of course. Let's look at the stats real quick. So I got 300 intelligence, and the rest, like all the rest points that you have, you can put in constitution. You should make sure you have at least 150 for the 10% critical damage reduction. That's quite important. And I have a little bit in focus, which is it's just one of the rings I have that has focus on it. You don't need focus on this. So make sure you only go for intelligence and constitution. 300 intelligence is pretty nice because you get a lot of really good passes along the way. So this one here, 10% extra damage to your light and heavy magic attacks. Of course, both your weapons count as magic attacks, so that buffs the light and heavy attacks. 10% to the crit hit damage, which is really important. Makes the flamethrower hit a lot harder. Then the 15% to elemental damage also, of course, all the damage you do is elemental damage, so you get a 15% increase to that, which is super important. This one is maybe even the most important one. 10%, not 10%, like 10 mana after a dodge. That's your main sustain mechanic on this build. So yeah, dodge a lot. Make sure every time you have full stamina, but you don't have full mana, dodge. Just dodge. Get into the habit of dodging. Don't overdo it though. Don't empty your stamina bar. You don't want to be caught with empty stamina. But if your stamina is full and you need some mana, just get into the habit of dodging. Then the next one is plus 30% duration to your damage over time spells. You have a lot of damage over time on the Ice Gauntlet and the Fire Staff, so yeah, really helps. And this one's pretty nice, 10% damage on first hit on a full health target. So if you're engaging someone and you just like lob a fireball at them, fireball can crit now, so fireball hits pretty hard. And with this, it hits even harder, so yeah, nice damage. I've seen Fireball do a lot of damage this patch, so I really like that. And yeah, like I said, Constitution, you get extra healing out of your consumables when you drink a potion. And this one here, increase max health by 10% of your physical armor. Of course, we're in light armor, so that's not going to do much for you. You could play this in medium technically if you want, even in heavy if you want. I like the light armor more because of the mobility, and you'll see why that's important in a minute. But yeah, if you really want, medium heavy would work too. If you're going for more of like a bulky kind of flamethrower thing, feel free. And that one, I already mentioned that one, the critical damage reduction, which is quite important in PvP. Let's look at the weapons here. Ice Gauntlet, we're fully invested in Ice Storm, Ice Shower, and Entombed. And then we have a couple passives along the way here, like the heavy freeze, so you can root people when you heavy attack them when they're inside an ice field. That's a really nasty one. When you get hit by this, you know why it's nasty. It just freezes you in place. It's bad. But yeah, it's super strong. So definitely get that one. Increase the critical damage of ice gauntlet abilities. Yep, you wanna have that. Increase the damage of light and heavy attacks by 15% further away than 15 meters. Yeah, not super important, but I think it makes sense because a lot of people you shoot are further away than 50 meters, so you know you get the extra damage on it. Gain 50 mana whenever you critically hit a target. Yeah, that helps. That helps. But we're not critting too much on the Ice Gauntlet because we're not using it actively. It's more of a backbar weapon. We put down our ice fields, or we go into the Entombed when we take a little too much damage. So it's not like a weapon that really gets a lot of crits. Gain 50 mana whenever you hit 3 consecutive light attacks. Like I said, you know, I do shoot light attacks at people, so getting extra mana back when I do that is definitely not bad. So, you know, but feel free to, you know, pick a different passive if you feel like it. Critical Frost is important. Critical hit chance by 50% when hitting an enemy in a frosted area when hitting enemy with frostbite. That's super important. We definitely want that. And you know, over here we only got the quick frost, so you get extra movement speed in a frosted area. That kind of helps maneuver around a little bit. And then of course I took the ultimate chill. This one's quite important because ice gauntlet abilities chill targets, increasing ice damage dealt to them by 25% for 3 seconds. So what that means is as soon as you cast an ice ability on a target, so you know your ice storm, your ice shower, and I think even the entombed explosion when you break out of your entombed should count as that too. It means that all the ice damage that you do is going to hit 25% harder, which is important because we put the ice storm and the ice shower on people. We try to hit them with both. We also have the deadly frost perk for the ice shower, which means the ice shower gains a damage over time portion, which it doesn't have right now. So both these do damage over time. So getting the extra damage increase from the ultimate chill really helps buff that damage. Okay, let's look at the fire staff here. So in the fire staff, we're fully invested in the flamethrower, we're fully invested in burnout, and we're only halfway invested into the fireball. I didn't go for the catch here, so because I wanted a couple other passes. But feel free to go in here and, like, you know, not take other things like this one here. Heavy attacks reduce the fire staff cooldowns by 10%. If you're not doing a lot of heavy attacks, you can, you know, take that out and put that somewhere else. But the important things are, of course, the spell slinger here for the extra a crit strike chance. You want the singe because you know you want to be able to put some burn dots on people with your light attacks. The clear casting after not taking damage from an attack for the last 3 seconds gained 5% more damage. That's quite important if you open up on a target. You're just getting that extra initial burst damage. It's really, really nice. A clear mind while holding a fire staff and above 50% mana. Gain 5% empower. I mean, you know, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. This one too, while holding fire staff and below 50% max health, deal 50% increased damage. So yeah, you know, once you drop below half health, you start doing a lot more damage. You definitely want that. When you get cornered, you know, punish people, punish them. Burning lasts 20% longer. That's important. You put a lot of burning on people, so you know, make it last longer. Watch it burn. Critical hits with the fire staff abilities inflict burning. Also important now that the fireball can crit again. So you know, that really helps. And combat speed is one of the most important ones. You know, just gaining the extra movement speed. So that's really nice. We do have the reheat here. That's not super important, but I find myself running out of mana a lot on this build, even though I'm dodging a lot. So after 4 seconds without using a fire staff ability, you gain 400% mana regen. That really helps, you know, when you're moving in between targets and you're not casting for a couple seconds. getting that extra mana regen to fill your mana bar back up so you're ready for the next target. That's quite important. But yeah, if you feel like you're not struggling with your sustain, feel free to put that point somewhere else. All right, that's the weapons. Let's look at the gear here. So when it comes to gear, we're running light armor because I like the extra damage. I like the light armor dodge rolls. I think they work really well with a build like this because we're actually building for speed on this build. Because flamethrower is inherently a really slow skill, and you want to make sure you buff that up with a certain amount of passives that you have. Of course, I just showed you the movement speed passive on the fire staff, but we also have on this one here accelerating flamethrower, which makes you a lot faster when you hit people with 3 stacks of burn, which is super easy to get. And then of course we have the keen speed on the fire staff, which is super important too. Keen speed is super easy to proc because you have to crit, and as you know, a backstab is always a crit, and you can actually backstab with the flamethrower. So position yourself behind the target, and every tick from the flamethrower is going to be a backstab. So yeah, super easy to do. That way you can actually follow people when they're running away. You can literally just do a dodge roll and you spray them. You do a dodge roll and you spray them. So if someone's running away, you're like literally you're spraying them. You're doing a dodge roll, or maybe not. Maybe you're bugging out. But yeah, like you get the gist. You spray them, you dodge. You spray them, you dodge. You get the flamethrower movement speed. You get the keen speed movement speed, and it's just it's really nice. And people that aren't built for speed and running away, they can't get away from you. They just can't. You're just faster, or just as fast as them. So you can just keep spraying them, and I love it. It feels so good when people run away from you and you just stay behind them. But yeah, when it comes to the gear, I do have a lot of perks here. I got the efficient burnout. I got the unending thaw. We got the empowering fireball, which is really important. These two here, the fireball and the flamethrower perk, are the most important ones on this build. This one, deadly frost, that's the one that gives the frigid showers upgrade from your ice wall. Another damage over time portion. I feel like this one's also pretty important, but not a deal breaker if you don't have it. When it comes to stats, intelligence or constitution or a mix of both is fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's intelligence, if it's intelligence or con and intelligence. It literally doesn't matter. Get the gear that you can get, put it on, and then you go from there. Whatever your stats look like when you have that gear on, and your food, of course. Make sure you eat your food. I'll show you which food you want to eat in a second. Whatever your stats are, you go from there. You do a respec, and then you make sure you have 300 intelligence, and the rest goes into constitution. Okay, so don't worry about getting intelligence gear or constitution gear. Whatever is on the gear, like intelligence or constitution or any mix of the two, is fine. So you have a little bit of leeway there. Okay. On the weapons, as I said, the ice gauntlet is not really a main weapon. It's more of a backbar weapon. So whatever you have on the ice gauntlet doesn't really matter too much. Get a good one. Get one, that's not too expensive if you don't have one. Make sure intelligence is on though. Like, intelligence is important. Or, like I said, constitution. But yeah, don't go for any other traits really. And yeah, like I said, this one's not really important. This one is, so you want to make sure you have the keen speed on. I think keen speed is the most important one. Vicious is really nice. Keen is nice to have. Of course, a keen speed, vicious, and keen fire staff is going to cost you a pretty penny. They're not cheap, but if you have the money, that would be like one of the best setups. There's a couple different ways you can go with the perks here, but I think that would be the best one. Um, Looking at gems right now, on this one, on the ice gauntlet, I have the cruel gem right now, and I think that makes a lot of sense because you get extra damage when targets have a crowd control effect on them, slow, stun, or root, which we can do with the ice gauntlet. Just putting any ice effect on them is gonna slow them, so this is gonna proc easily. So I think that's a no-brainer here. On the fire staff, I like to use a gambit because I have a lot of control over this. 15% damage while my stamina is not full. I can easily control when my stamina is not full. If I need this, I just dodge roll and attack. Right, so it's easy. And I'm dodging a lot, as I told you on this build. And I think you should dodge a lot. I think it makes a lot of sense. Just spray them for like 1 or 2 seconds, dodge roll, spray them for 1 or 2 seconds, dodge roll. And you keep this damage buff up, and you also avoid attacks and just stay a little bit mobile. Yeah, so I really like the gambit. I think that's the best one for me personally. For the gear, we have I have the what is it, the onyx, the physical ward, because you can either go with like a diamond here, the wilderness ward one that has physical and elemental damage absorption. So you can either do like a mix of two, but I feel like I'm struggling the most with physical damage, like hammers and axes, hatchets, and stuff like that, and like even like muskets. They do a lot of damage too. So I think for me personally, the physical damage absorption is more important than a magic damage absorption, because there's not that many mages out there. Most people play some physical melee build, so that's why I have to focus on that one, just reducing the damage a little bit further. But yeah, if you want to do like a mix of physical and elemental, feel free. It doesn't hurt. When it comes to your jewelry, there's a couple things that you want to go for. I think alacrity on a build like this is quite important. Um, because the extra haste that you get from like certain passives here, the longer you can keep that haste, the better it is for you. So I think alacrity is quite important. Health is quite important too. I think you should go for some health. That really helps just bulk up your existing health, because you're in light armor. So if you don't have armor, you should at least have a little bit of health. On the ring, fire damage is really nice. Just beefing up the flamethrower damage, you can definitely not go wrong with this one. Hardy, I think, is super important for more dodge rolls. I don't wanna play without Hardy anymore. I gotta be honest. Hardy needs to be on my ring. And I have leeching on this one because I tested something. So let me tell you officially now, leeching and life stealing does not work with a flamethrower. I thought it did. I spent money on gear. It doesn't work. It's sad. It pains me to say that, but it doesn't work. Yeah. So if you thought you can do like a leeching build with a flamethrower, unfortunately you can't. I'm sorry. And when it comes to the earring, I'm using the ill-gotten gain. Still a good earring. Has everything on it that you need. If you have a higher gear score one with like the same kind of perks, of course use that one. Refreshing toast, regenerating, duplicating toast are super nice to have. So keep that in mind. When it comes to consumables, I'm using hearty meals. I'm using infused health potions, infused regen potions, and I'm using the glazed bear with sauteed vegetables. And just in intelligence and constitution. But any food that does either intelligence or constitution or a mix of both, like I said, is fine. You can adjust your overall stats in your character screen, right? Just put everything on, put your gear on, eat your food, look at your stats, and then you adjust them from here. Make sure you get your 300 intelligence. The rest goes into the constitution, and then you're all set. Okay, and that's the build, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you liked it. Uh, Try it out. I'll show you a couple of clips so you know how to play this, and what that looks like if you play that clip. I hope you give this a shot. It's a fun build. I'm having a lot of fun playing this. Like I said, super easy to play. So if you're looking for more like a casual build that it's just fun to play, easy to play, and yeah, this is the build for you. Try it out. Let me know how it goes, and yeah, if you like this, like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll be back with another video soon, guys. Take it easy. Bye bye. Oh! Woo! What a start to the day! Woo! Spray him down, bitch! Spray him down! Yes! And I don't think people actually build for fire resist. I don't think they do. Most people, at least I would say. Because most people are not even like that well optimized for PvP. The vegetation is a little bit of a problem right now. Oh boy, that guy ran right into it, eh? Then elemental damage. Yo, buddy boy. What was that? What was that? You want to explain that to me, buddy boy? You want to explain it to me? Motherfucker? Explain yourself, right now. Piece of shit, dude. I'm fucking talking right now. Anyway, where was I? But I tried it, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't really make a lot of sense having two skills that kind of like work in a similar fashion, because I can only run one of them at a time anyway, right? Oh man. Oh yeah! A canned weapon swap! Burn, bitch, burn! Dude, I can barely see what's happening anymore. Come on, do it. Oh yeah, he's feeling it. My man is feeling it. Honestly, man, if more people had a build like this, I think we would just like walk through the enemy Zerg. We could just literally just walk through. Oh man, my guy wasn't so fucking jittery all the time. I can't even see what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, bitch! Run away! Yeah. Okay, he's out of here. Don't you come back in? Man, this build is something else. This is like the definition of meta. I know it's not the meta build, but this would be the definition of meta. It's like the easiest thing to do with the most effectiveness. Oh shit, am I stuck? No. How is he so fucking tanky? It's crazy.